We all know someone who is a world changer on Monday and a ghost by Wednesday. They make big promises, start ambitious projects, and show incredible passion until they don't. Inconsistency is one of the most frustrating human traits to deal with. But from a psychological perspective, being inconsistent isn't usually a sign of laziness or a lack of care. It's often a sign of an internal war that the person is losing. Today, we're looking at the inner sense of the inconsistent mind. Sign 1. The dopamine of the start. For many inconsistent people, the idea of doing something provides more pleasure than actually doing it. When we announce a new goal, our brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical. For an inconsistent person, that start is the peak. Once the initial excitement fades and the actual work begins, the dopamine drops. They aren't addicted to the goal, they are addicted to the novelty of starting. Sign 2. The protecting the ego maneuver. This is the fear of final evaluation. If an inconsistent person never finishes a project, they can never be judged on the result. As long as the work is in progress, it has the potential to be perfect. By quitting or flaking, they protect their ego from the possibility of a mediocre finish. To their subconscious, it's safer to be the person who didn't try than the person who tried and failed. Sign 3. Emotional reasoning. Most people use their values to guide their actions. Inconsistent people use their emotions. If they don't feel like doing the work, they assume that feeling is a valid reason to stop. They mistake a temporary mood for a permanent truth. Because emotions are constantly shifting, their behavior follows suit, leaving a trail of half-finished stories behind them. Inconsistency isn't a motivation problem. It's an identity problem. The solution: identity over intensity. How do you break the cycle of inconsistency? You stop focusing on intensity and start focusing on identity. Inconsistent people try to change their results. Consistent people change who they are. Instead of saying, "I'm going to write a book," they say, "I am a writer." Writers write, even when the dopamine is gone and the ego is scared. Consistency isn't about never changing. It's about having a core that stays the same while the world around you shifts. Are you struggling with inconsistency, or are you dealing with someone who is? If you've noticed this pattern in yourself, you're not alone. This is InnerSense. Subscribe to find the logic behind the chaos.